Hello everybody, welcome to Plum Buddy TV. My name's Brett. Today we're going to be using the Salus S-Series programmable wireless thermostat. We're going to be showing you how to use it, how to program it, a couple of the key features, and then we're going to give a review on it as well. So we're going to jump straight into it now. Here you can see the OK button, you can see the back button, and then around the main display you can see a touch sensitive scroll pad. Then on the side of the unit there's an up and down switch which locks or unlocks the display. So if we press OK, we illuminate the main display, which displays the time, and then it also it displays the day. And then obviously the main part of the display is going to be the temperature, which is in degrees C, and it's 22 degrees C where the thermostat is located now. So underneath we can see an engineer's telephone number, just in case of a breakdown or the central heating needs servicing. And underneath that there's usually a black box with a number in it, which corresponds to the programming time at the current time. Right, so this is what we're going to do now. We're going to program the time zones. So we go to program, press OK, then we can see the Monday to Friday symbol flashing. If we scroll around, we can get the Saturday and Sunday time zone, or we can do Monday right through to Sunday all in one go, or we can single out each day of the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you've got the gist of it now: Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So in this video we're going to program Monday through to Sunday all in one go, because it'll just be easier for this video. Right, so we'll get Monday to Sunday up, press OK, and then now you can see the hour is flashing, so we can adjust this now by using the touch sensitive pad on the side. Scroll through to adjust, and then if we want to switch over to minutes, we press the OK button, and then we can adjust this exactly the same by scrolling round, and it does it in 10-minute intervals. Then if we press OK again, we can get to the temperature setting. So in this case we want our central heating to come on at 4:40, and we want it to heat up to 22 degrees in the first time zone. So when it gets to 22 degrees it'll maintain that up until the next time zone, which is time zone 2, and this is what we'll program now. So at 7:40 I want our central heating to turn off, and tell the thermostat just to turn off at 7:40. We need to give a temperature, so we're going to give a temperature that the thermostat is going to think, right, okay, we've already got this temperature, we don't need to come on, so we need to set it to a cold temperature. So 13 degrees, it's never going to get to that in this property, so the thermostat will think, right, 1300, they want 13 degrees. Well, it's already 13 degrees, so we don't need to come on, and that's how it works. So we'll go into the next time zone, which is time zone 4, and we're going to program it to, so at 1500 the programmer's going to stay off. So we'll keep that 13 degrees. This thermostat will already be satisfied and say, look, yeah, it's 13 degrees here at 1500, so we don't need to come on. Same principles, adjust it all by the slider, and that's it. So at this 1700 it's programmed to come on. So 1700 it wants to go to 22 degrees. If it's not there already, it'd come on. So I don't want it to come on at 17 degrees, so I'm going to set it down to 13, which it'll already be satisfied at 13 degrees, and that's it. We can move into time zone 6. So at 1900 we want it to stay off again, and this is the last time zone we're able to edit. So from 1900 it'll stay off 13 degrees all the way around to the morning again at 4:40. So through the night it'll stay off. Okay, so now we'll jump into the menu again. From the main display we'll press OK, and then OK again, and then scroll around to the next setting, which is holiday. We can now program in a holiday setting. If we want to go away and we want our central heating to shut down for the duration of our holiday, we can program it in the start day of our holiday, which in this case is going to be the 8th of the 5th, start month, which the S corresponds to start, and then we've got the start year, and then you can see there on the side the little symbol is like a sun symbol, which corresponds obviously to holiday. And then we've got the end month, end year, end day, then we've got end month, and then end year. In this case, I'm keeping it the same, 8 for the 5th. So, and all that'll happen now is the computer inside will say, look, the end day, the start day, and the end day of the holiday are the same. So it'll override it and it won't put it into holiday mode. So, but if you adjust them days, you know, with a gap of a day or a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, obviously it'll go into holiday mode from that date. So we'll access the menu again. We'll go around to the next setting, which is a frost setting. Currently it's off. We can turn this on, and all that'll happen, we press OK on. So there we go, and now it's in a frost setting, and then all it is, it locks the display and it sets the temperature to 5 degrees. So all that'll happen is, if it ever goes to below 5 degrees, 4.5 degrees, 4 degrees, 3.5 or lower, you know, it'll come on. The central heating will come on to protect itself and stop it freezing up. So it'll never get to 5 degrees in this room, I could guarantee it, but it's there just in case we go away for a long period of time during winter. So we're going to turn the frost setting back off, and then it goes back out to the main display, and then it goes back into the normal mode where we can adjust the temperature and time, or anything else, or we can access the menus. Right, so okay, we'll go back into the menu. We'll go around to sleep mode this time. So this is a sleep setting. Press sleep, and all it does, it puts it into sleep mode. Shuts down, gives you a countdown, and there we go. Turns it off and puts it into sleep mode. So then if we press any buttons, press the OK button, back button, touchpad, it won't do anything unless we press and hold the OK button, and then it wakes it back up, and then it goes back into normal mode, normal operation. We can adjust temperature, can access menus and other things as well. So okay, now we'll go back into the menu, go around to the service section this time, press OK. This is really just for the engineer. Okay, so service mode is on at the minute, as you could see by the telephone number which was scrolling. We're going to turn it off. Okay, so now we need to put a PIN number in, which the engineer will have, or he'll have it, should have it stored somewhere. 111 in this case. Okay, so now it's off, and as you can see, it's in manual mode there at the bottom. Or it may put itself into automatic mode when it runs into the programming time. So now we can access the menu again. Go back round to service. Then we'll switch it to on. Put it service mode on. Press OK. Then we'll put the PIN number back in again, which is 111. It goes all the way up to 9. You can set this up to 1 to 9, 0. And then we want our service date to be the 8th of the 5th, 13. So, you know, you can have it whichever day through the year you like, or within 2, or up, it can be up to 2 years, 3 years. It reminds you then. So, and then when it gets to that date, it'll hit a temperature. It'll lock a temperature in. So you can either set it to 20 degrees, so it'll stay at 20 degrees. Once it hits that service date, it'll lock the system to 20 degrees. So you could, or you could lock it to 12 degrees, so it'll never come on theoretically. Which I prefer to do. I prefer it so the heating doesn't come on, rather than baking the customer alive until they call me up. So. And then we program a telephone number in, 07508 28 29 30 in this case, which is my number. And and then they call me, and then they say, look, my central heating's locked out to 12 degrees or 20 degrees or whatever we've programmed in. Can you come and sort it out? It's saying call engineer. So that is service mode on. So there we go. You can see it's locked out to 12 degrees, and it says phone 07508 28 29 30. It locks the display out, so we can't do anything. So it'd never come on the central heating, or if I wanted to be cruel, I could set it to 20 degrees, and the central heating would constantly maintain 20 degrees. And in some houses, 20 degrees might be too much and might bake somebody alive, but I'll not be that cruel. So there we go. We'll go back to the service menu, put the code back in, and we'll turn it off. So back into normal programming mode. There we go. You can adjust the time, temperature, sorry, and access the menus and everything, and it works exactly how it's supposed to do. So let's scroll back round. We'll go to the service mode again, and I'll switch it back on because I want this service mode on at the minute. So there we go. Just knock it on, put the code in. We'll quickly run through it. There we go. I want to set the service day up to the 25th of the 5th, 13. Come on, it'll lock out at 12 degrees. 07508 28 29 30. There we go. It's on, programmed, done. Okay, so we'll access the menus again now. So there we go, back into normal operation. We'll access the menus again, press OK, go into the menus, and then this time we're going to go around to time and set the date, time, and the joys that brings. Right, okay, so 24 hour or 12 hour we can put it to. So at the minute it's 22:48, working late. So, and it's the 8th of the 5th 2013. So daylight saving time, yes, okay, and that is that. So now we'll go around to the next one, which is control. This is an engineer option again, on and off, and then there's PWM, which is it doesn't concern the customer. Just set it to on and off. It's too complex going into the PWM. Right, so we'll go access the menu again, go around to pair this time if we'd like, and this pairs the unit to the receiver unit at the side of the boiler. A little transmitter symbol comes up on the side, and it says it's sending, and it'll program it up and pair it up. You're better off having the manual to hand while you're doing that, and run through how it says to do that. It's a little bit too long for this video at the minute. Right, okay, so all the elements are covered there. We're back around to program again. So yeah, that's it. All things are covered there. So we're back to the main display, and now we'll go into how to just operate the unit normally. So it's 22.5 degrees now, and we may want the central heating to come on. So if we want it to come on, we have to raise the temperature on the unit above 22.5 degrees. So we want it to come on and heat the house up to 28 degrees, or heat this room up to 28 degrees. So let it acknowledge it and press OK. And then the background temperature now will be 28 degrees. And then we want to wait for a flame symbol to appear on this main display. So yeah, the background temperature is 28 degrees, and we're waiting now to see a flame symbol in this top right hand side. Okay, so we'll go back into it and hopefully it'll be there, and it is. There we go, the flame symbol's appeared, so it's switched the boiler on at the receiver unit. I'll just have a zoom in. There we go, you can see the flame symbol there. So it switched the boiler on, the boiler's operating now, and then this temperature gauge will will rise up to 28 degrees hopefully, and it'll cook everybody alive in the house. So obviously we don't want it on coming up to 28 degrees, so that's a mistake. So we're going to take it down, and all we're going to do is we want the central heating to stay off because it's hot enough in the house now. So we're going to turn it off, get it to an unrealistic temperature again. 13 degrees is ample. There we go. Set it again, press OK, and then we're going to wait for that flame symbol to disappear, and then that indicates that the boiler's turned off. So access it again, illuminate display, and there we go, it's disappeared. So now the background temperature is 13 degrees, and there we go, it'll maintain 13 degrees until the next time zone, which is off all the way through the night now up until 4:40, which we programmed. And there we go.